The Reasons Behind the Financial Reasons of Academic Careerism in Colleges by Sarah Gutman, Destiny Middleton, and Emily Ross. Have you ever thought about how finances influence your decisions? Do you even notice if it does? What about when it comes to college? Cost of higher education has greatly risen over the last 70 years, as well as salary and personal services. Throughout the decision-making process of choosing a college, finances will become a major factor of which college to go to. There are two quotes to show the perspective and debate on whether or not finances are a part of deciding which college to go to.
Before getting started, there are a couple words that need to be defined that are used throughout the video.
There are many aspects a student takes into consideration when choosing a career to pursue, finances being a major one. College and university tuition has been steadily increasing, as well as student loans and debt. This may affect low-income households and the amount of aid provided to them. The amount of money given to a student to attend a university may affect where a person chooses to attend university, which could affect the career path that student chooses.
Some people say that the reason there's a large number of students switching degrees is because of the change in the job market and not because they want to earn larger amounts of money. Meanwhile, there are psychological aspects to why people pick some college degrees to eventually get certain jobs. This quote shows that Harrison Martin will discuss how online classes could be a more financially reasonable option for students that want a college degree but might not have the money for face-to-face classes, as they are more expensive. This quote is saying that people choose graduate degrees because of the opportunity to get higher salaries or get promotions to get higher status in your job. Harris and Martin differ from Arango in the main idea of their articles. Harris talks about online education and how that financial pressures can lead to people picking online education, which would be cheaper, compared to face-to-face classes. Meanwhile, Arango talks more about how people will look at financial opportunities in the future when picking a degree. Both articles talk about the influences of finance on the decisions you make while in college in regards to classes, whether it's how people take the classes or the major that you're taking. In the end, finances are a large part of choosing college or degree, whether or not to go back to school. Daniel, a brother of one of the authors, decided that he would have better career advancement if he went back to college to get a master's degree. This aligns with what Arango is saying when it comes to the idea that people will pick degrees for better financial opportunities.
When it comes to paying for college and post-education job opportunities, people typically will look at the finances to make a decision on what to do. In simple terms, this quote says that there is a large number of students taking out student loans because they can't pay for college. This is important because it's going to push people towards the jobs that will allow them to be able to pay off their student loans. This quote is saying that so many universities and colleges give out their own financial aid, and that is something that they are continuously giving out, with more and more money going towards that every year. They do this to encourage students to go to their college with the incentive of giving them money. In these two articles, the authors are both talking about the rise in college tuition and how that can impact students when picking a college degree or job after college. But Dowdy analyzes these choices through a lens of student debt, and Larson looks at it through financial aid offered by colleges. Friends in some classes talk about how they have to get a job soon to be able to pay for their student loans that they have taken out, even after they have taken a gap year to work and make money to at least pay for a little bit of college. This aligns with what Dowdy is saying when they mention that the national student debt has steadily increased over the years.
Furthermore, students' choices have changed widely, and institutions need to adjust to these changes in their students' best interest. Higher education institutions that offer graduate degrees must now understand the barriers students face when searching to obtain higher education. Institutions must adjust the opportunities they offer and the needs they meet for students, leading to the idea that there needs to be better availability of cheap higher education. Online education is growing, but it can be difficult for institutions to adjust to the change. While students often enroll in these programs out of convenience or flexibility, the institution is to still understand and meet all needs of online students, as well as in-person students' finances. Valencia, Arias, Nafal, and Arango Botero, and Jackson, Lambert, Simpson, Breakstock, and Tofa all provide different examples of how education is potentially changing, and they agree that it is the job of the institution to accommodate the students' needs. They differ as Valencia Arias Nafal and Arango Butero are discussing in-person education, while Jackson, Lambert, Simpson, Birkstock, and Tofa are discussing online education.
As formats and expenses for higher education change, it is important for institutions to take into consideration what is most beneficial for their students, especially when it comes to where their money is going. It is also the job of the student to weigh their career options, and in many cases, it is arguably more successful to seek a career that does not require spiraling into debt by seeking higher education.
Rising costs of tuition and student loan debt heavily influence the decisions students make regarding a degree and career. Despite financial aid, many rely on loans to fund their higher education. Both institutions and students need to consider the options they have to ensure a smarter future for themselves. Does the future of American citizens need more working class success or more staggering debt?